Tonight on Swig's Shitty Cooking Show, Venison Meatballs, Japanese style. Venison we're using is from Klein Smokehouse, a gift from my buddy Will Stroud. Shout out. We use 2 of these packages. I don't know the weight on them. I think they're about a pound each, so we're working with maybe 2 pounds. We'll find out. Get your chopper out, and you're going to chop up some of these green onions like that, real easy. You're going to measure out 1 cup of panko for the breadcrumbs. So this is not a keto recipe. Trigger warning. Get you some of that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I don't like doing that bullshit reduced sodium crap. You got to get the original all-purpose, is it pronounced Kikkoman? I think. That's the good stuff right there. Make sure you get that. Glug, 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 kerplunk. Glug, 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 kerplunk. Emerald. Bam. I think that's how he does it. Just use my phone to help scrape that in there. Not sure if that was sanitary. 1 teaspoon of salt. Do 2 tablespoons of minced ginger. Don't worry, this is not baby food. It's a very strong root or an herb or something along those lines. It puts a lot of flavor in it. Plop. Kabang. Now we're gonna add 2 eggs. These expired like 7 days ago, so hopefully they're still good. I also goofed on the alcoholic beverage tonight. Like, look at this wine. Not a lot in there. I threw away the bottle before I remember to record this. Gonna have to supplement that with something. That's not gonna do it for us. Actually just realized the recipe saves the day. So this sake is gonna be used to make the sauce, but we're only gonna use 2 tablespoons of it, so I'm going to drink the rest. So this is the adult beverage of the night. It's called Yuri Masamune, meaning beautiful lily. Mash the shit out of this, kind of like mashed potatoes, but meat potatoes. You're gonna wanna use your hands, and it's gonna sound like some mac and cheese. That's the sound that tells you you're doing it right, but you need to get it nice and mixed in to make these meatballs right. All right, Swig's Shitty Cooking Show got a little bit of an upgrade. We're gonna use our double oven with a microwave device over here. We're gonna set this to 400 degrees. You can see the fan's already going, and then we're gonna pop that sucker in as soon as it's... I'm gonna put these suckers on a pan with parchment paper. We do that because we're lazy and we don't like to clean up. It leaves very little mess. The instructions say you can leave these in the fridge for an hour to harden up. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to pop it right in. Sauce, we're doing 2 tablespoons of sake. Right, stick the meatballs in the oven, 400 for 20 minutes. All right, now we're going to make the sauce. 2 tablespoons of sake, ½ cup of mirin, 1 tablespoon sugar, ½ cup of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of potato starch or cornstarch, and then toasted sesame seeds, 4 spoon of sugar. Cup of rice vinegar. We're using that instead of the mirin. All right, added the soy sauce, another ½ cup. 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Get out of there. Whisk, whisk, whisk. All right, well that cooks. For those of you that were watching Instagram, not IG live, but seeing the stories go up in real time, there was a big gap. So like right down the street, maybe 6 houses or so down, in the middle of cooking this, there was a fucking house fire. So I ran out there, tried to do a quick Periscope, realized I doxed my address, deleted the Periscope. But while I was out there recording, some guy like pulls up in his car and it was his fucking house and he just ran in there. Felt really bad for the guy, but luckily it appears that nobody was home. Dallas police and Dallas fire were there really quick within just a couple minutes. So props to them. Hats off to our first responders. This is a pro first responder show. If you don't like that, you can get the fuck out. But yeah, they just saved this guy's house. It didn't burn all the way down. So hopefully it's salvageable. Hopefully he was able to get out things like family pictures, pets, that sort of thing. But that was... Woo! Fogged up my glasses. When it's done cooking, I always cut one open first just to make sure you didn't fuck up on like the cook temperature or time or anything. Make sure it's done. And that looks pretty juicy and delicious. So you're gonna throw that sauce in a fucking pan and bring that shit to a boil. It's not to a boil yet, so, but we're gonna bring it to a boil. While you can make some rice, I like the bag of rice. It's super easy. I think you just boil water and throw it in. There's lots of ways to make rice though, but we're using the easy way here for tonight's purposes. On some meatballs onto this fiery hot pan of grease. You're gonna roll it around the sauce for about 30 seconds or more. It's about to get crazy. Always make sure you put on your apron when it gets to the messy part. I've ruined countless number of really great t-shirts getting sauce splattering up. It sometimes will burn your skin too. So get one of these, Williams and Sonoma, maybe you've heard of it. Yeah, roll them around. Yeah, roll that around, yeah. All right, now we're just gonna fish these out to a plate real quick. You could use anything. If you're making a ton of them, you could just put them right into the your food prep containers for the week. But we're just making them for dinner. So they're all right. Now the fun part, we're gonna throw on some roasted sesame seeds as a garnish. And the nice part about this is you can do whatever you want. You can do a little bit, you can do a lot, whatever floats your boat. Oh yeah. I'll be careful. Don't. Ah, fuck! I'm getting them off the plate. Gonna have to clean that later. I'm gonna pour this extra sauce. Never waste any sauce. You know, you can't have too much sauce. When I go to Chick-fil-A, I order one of every sauce, kind of a rule of mine. Same principle. You gotta be a principled chef, principled cook. Always use as much sauce as you have. There's never too much. So here's the final product. Whew. All right, look at the absolute plating job here. You know, it's very artistic, very untraditional. And the recipe calls for 4 meatballs, but you know, the way I see it, if you can go out and protest and burn down cities while not social distancing, you can also have 8 meatballs. So we're doing 8 tonight. That's the show tonight. Big shout out to NolaDead. He just designed a new logo for the show. The show is going to be going on YouTube, possibly Facebook, obviously Instagram TV, IGTV. So if you don't like watching on Instagram, I have the YouTube link in my profile. Go check it out, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.